Welcome to PringleTheOne's world.
Yo, what's up, YouTube fan? PringleTheOne in the building, and man, I'm just cooking up another video for you guys. After I just did that Mega Man thing, something's been on my head, and it has a lot to do with fighting games. And this may be a long video, I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna try to break it down into like 15 minutes. But if you guys don't know, and I'm gonna be posting links in the description below, as per YouTube policies or whatever. The current state of Street Fighter 5 will be the current state of Street Fighter 5 is looking really good in terms of the game getting exposure and the game being more widely acceptable for a lot of new players, which is a great thing to a certain extent. But what's happening now is that Street Fighter 5 will be getting ESPN. It will be on ESPN2, and they will probably be streaming it live. So yeah, I have a link below in that, and with that ESPN2 stuff. And this is going towards EVO 2016. So that's some pretty big stuff. You know, the FGC is finally, like, everybody in the fighting game community is like, wow, like, you know, that's a pretty big thing, which in retrospect is like a really big thing, because fighting games were always such a niche genre, a very, very small genre. No one really played it, you know. You wouldn't really play fighting games because you didn't have the time, or I mean, you would play them because you loved it and you had fun with some of the characters. Most of the time you didn't play it competitively, or, you know, there's a certain amount of people that weren't really in that niche target. That FGC wouldn't be playing it too competitively because they didn't have the time to put in to learn combos, strategies, simulations, all kinds of stuff like that. So, oh, I guess that's a plane. That's a plane, all right. That's a plane. But don't worry, I'm not doing a recording for Dolan, so it's all good. But so with that being said, I wanna talk about this, and something that I feel. I was talking to my buddy Miyazaki. Cool dude, man, real good friend of mine. I owe him a video, and he knows it, but I'm gonna see if I can make it before Evo happens. Anyways, I was talking to him, and I asked him, what do you think was going on with the FGC and esports, right? And I'll title the title of this video should be something about esports or something related to that. I'll think of a name when I'm done with this thing. And I see that the direction of the FGC, or fighting games in general, is getting more esports. Now, what that means is esports is kind of like that. I want to take an example. Esports, for the ones that don't know, is pretty much things like where they're being more professionalized. Like, there's set policies and rules. Commentators can't really say or speak how they want to, or how like leagues and MOBAs, pretty much, where the games are like, you know, anybody can, you know, most of the time people can get into these games, and they sell a lot. Like, they're big esports. People can pretty much live off that stuff. So then that turns into this. I feel like it turns into this, I want to find the specific word I'm looking for. It turns into this bridge, or this gap between the FGC and esports, to me, is what I see. Because the thing is that the FGC, or the fighting games in general, has always been a niche thing. So what happens in the short term, and this is what Miyazaki was also saying, in the short term, like EVO and getting mad exposure like ESPN is really good. It's money. Everybody, we all want more money. If people get more sponsorships, then more people can live off and get money, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. But in the long run, what does that actually do? Like, fighting games, and this is what he said, and it made a lot of sense to me. Fighting games are not just competitive, you know? Like, yes, there's competition in fighting games, but that's not what makes a fighting game, man. This is like one of those times where I'm gonna like hit you with something, and it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. That's not what makes a fighting game. A fighting game isn't about how much tickets we sell, you know? It's not about that. It's much more than that. You'll see that, like, take Ryu, and this is what he also said to me. Take Ryu, for example. Ryu trains a lot, right? And if you're a fighting game player, and possibly even a veteran, or you're old to it, because I'm pretty new to this fighting game stuff. It's only been like 7 months, but I'm really enjoying it. But take Ryu, for example. He trains really hard, and he takes his training and his sparring moments, and he travels around the world and tests that, you know? He tests that. And it's not necessarily for money. The money is a bonus. Maybe Ryu can buy some damn shoes while he's at it, and, you know, that'd be nice. But that's not what he's really going out there for. He's going out there to test himself. He wants to show what he's done. He wants to show and develop more and more skill. So what happens is that as more games become more accessible, these said fighting games, like with Street Fighter 5's release, if you notice how Street Fighter 5 is compared to like past iterations, it's almost as if Street Fighter 5 is like, I want to take a crack at this. Street Fighter 5 feels almost like checkers sometimes, as opposed to Street Fighter 4 where it felt a little bit more like chess. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the way Street Fighter 5, or the way Street Fighter has always been designed, it's been in a way where it's like footsies, neutral game, thinking. If an opponent jumps in, you freaking pop him out, and he stops trying to jump in on you. But this is where I'm like, I know I'm kind of like a little bit off track, but it feels like because they're trying to make things faster, easier, easier and more accessible to people, and make combos easier, make I want to say comebacks easier, more hype, more energy, all this other stuff. It's like they want a product, and they want this product to be efficient enough to just do it, like just to be something from the exterior, and it's not looking into the interior of it. It's not looking in the depth of it. It's not looking in the inside of it. Like, look at Skullgirls, and I'm taking this example. Shout out to Mike Z for making, and Lab Zero for making such a great game. You see that the exterior looks like flashy, super fast combos and stuff, but in from the depth of Skullgirls, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. But now, like, if you take Street Fighter 5, because if you see, remember, Street Fighter is a big game. It's one of the biggest games in I believe it's pretty much one of the biggest games, even though it got outsold by Pokken, which is fucking hilarious. I don't know if that has been updated, but it's a big game. And so when you see that big game, and you see people doing these things, these boom, bam, pop combos, and you realize that it's not really a lot. It's not really a lot that he's managed to do like 6 hits, and it like literally you took 50% damage out this guy because you managed to land a super, which like supers are, it's not even that fucking hard, man. Like it's like 2 quarter circles or some shit and a punch button. And you see that it's like a cool and appealing thing for newcomers. But I just feel that, and like I may have gone off track, but this is me just saying these things at this point. I just feel that when you make things so flashy, yeah, it's cool for a new person. And because it's cool for a new person, more new people are going to come in. And then new people are like actually getting far with the game, said game, because it's not that hard. It's really not that hard to do this six hit combo that does like 40%, and then you manage to land it on a person because you jumped in and they didn't fucking block. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it didn't really take you that long to learn. It shows that like they want more people in, and they're trying to make the game more accessible so that it sells. So it's more, competitive. I'm using like bunny ears. They want it more competitive, more people, more everything, more this, more that, more this. But if you really think about it, the grassroots of the FGC was a small thing. Like, fighting games weren't really ever that big. I mean, the fact that they're growing now is a really cool thing and all, but they were never really that big. It would be probably your local group of people, or your local tournament that only had like probably 30 or 40 or something like that playing Street Fighter, and they were just going head to head, and you would see them, and then their prize wasn't really money. Their prize was, yo, he is the god. He is the god. Play him. That prize right there was your incentive. Now it's money. I don't know if that's for everybody. It should not be for everybody. But now, like it's going to be this. If you really think about it, it's going to be this in that short term. It's going to be about that money we want. Why would I do this if I'm not getting this amount of money? If you really think about it, this is a possibility. I'm not just making this shit up. It's a possibility. Hopefully that's never the case. That's like a worst case scenario. But we want. I just want, like, here's my thing, man. I'm just really like intrigued at where this is going with the esports thing. Is this a good thing? Is the ESPN, that's going to be the title of this video. Street Fighter 5 going ESPN. Is this a good thing? Esports. There we go. Bam, right there. Is this a good thing for our fighting games to turn all esports in the short term or in the long term? What do you guys think? I really want to hear your comments on this case, because as I talked about Miyazaki, my buddy, it made a lot of sense. And remember, I still owe you that video, dog. I'm not forgetting. I'm not forgetting, man. I'm not forgetting. And it really makes me wonder, because like I feel like there are certain games that Street Fighter 5. There are certain games where the amount of work I put in, it feels like I don't get rewarded as much. But maybe I just fucking suck, you know. Maybe I've just put like 80 hours in Street Fighter and I can't beat this jumping Ryu because his fucking jumping light kick is fucking disjointed as shit. And he jumps in on me every 5 seconds, and I use carry. Oh, there's nothing here and there. I'll just go on for days about that. But is this, like, what do you guys think, man? And this is what I feel about EVO as opposed to other fighting game tournaments, where it feels like the focus is much more money because it's the biggest, greatest tournament, you know, when everybody all over the world wants to play it. And, you know, it's like I gotta show them this big tournament, right? And it's turning into like, now ESPN is getting their hands on it. And now ESPN gets their hands on it. Now commentators can't be themselves. Commentators gotta be real professional. Come in that motherfucker with suits and shit, man. This is a fighting game, man. God damn it. I should be able to see that salty motherfucker and then talk shit. It's a fighting game, god damn it. But that's the worst case scenario, you know? That's the extremes. That's the possibilities of it happening, where it's not like a fighting. It doesn't feel like fighting games where commentators are speaking like they're League of Legends players, where the only time they're hype is when something specifically hype happens and we don't really know their personality. We're just hearing them like a voice. Like, who the fuck is this dude, man? Like, this is just a voice I hear. I don't really care who it is, you know. Yeah, it's just a voice, you know. Or it could be like, man, it's just something that's been pegging my mind these past couple of hours. But what do you guys think, man? For the ones that do play fighting games, is subscribe to my channel. What do you guys think about it? Is the esports thing going to be good in the short term, long term? Is it bad completely? Is it fucking good? And I know everything has its good and bad. I know that for a fact. Also, I'll put like 2 videos that I think kind of hit, well, kind of were interested, like that might give you a little bit of interest in what's up with EVO and stuff like that. But remember, everything has 2 sides to it. I'm gonna leave with that. Everything has 2 sides to it. So yeah, boom, ESPN2, Street Fighter 5, let's go, man. Hell yeah, man. Damn right, man. I want a lot more I want 10,000 people I gotta fight against, as opposed to the cool old 1,000 that really wanted to throw back and forth knowledge, you know. So, what you guys think? Take care, everybody. Much love and appreciation, man. And hopefully I didn't upload the videos of me getting bodied by a fucking jumpy Ryu or some shit, man. That shit is terrible. Take care, everybody. Much love and appreciation. Comment and subscribe, subscribers. Like us, get the liking. We out, ja. Peace.